Howdy guys, lovely to see you all again. Today we're going to be looking at the lovely solo from the Guns N' Roses song, You Could Be Mine. Let's take a look. Alright guys, so before we get too excited, we just need to talk about the tuning, which is E flat standard, which goes E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, B flat, and another E flat. So get yourself in tune and we'll get started. Alright guys, let's take a look at the first section. We're going to start from 9 to the 5th string, and I'm going to play 9, 7, 9 at the start of that like this. I'm going to jump to a little double stop idea, which is essentially a mini chord playing 7 of the 2nd and the 3rd string together, and I'm going to do that 3 times. All together. At the end of that, I'm jumping to 9 of the 4th. After that, I work into this phrase, which is quite double stoppy. Let's slow that down. I'm going to play 7, 9, 9 on those 2 strings, but I'm going to do a slight bend on the second 9. Now, after that, I'm going to work into this phrase. So what I'm doing here is when I do the 9 double stop, I'm going to bend it up and then bend it the other way, then go back to 7. At the end of that, I just play 9 and 7 as regular double stops, and then I'm going to play 9, 7 on the 4th to resolve that. So this is what we should have thus far. Hopefully that's all making sense. Then I work into this phrase. Okay, so let's slow that down. So what I've got at the start of that, from 9 of the 4th string, quite double stoppy, so I'm playing 9 of the 4th, and then I'm going to play 7, 9 on the 3rd, once again with a double stop on the 2nd string. I'm going to go 7, 9, 9 with the slight bend, and then I'm going to play 7, 9, 7. So it's going to go like this. So this is what we should have from the top. I know it's getting a little bit complicated, but we'll put together what we've got thus far. Hopefully that's making sense. Then after that, I work into this phrase. Let's slow that down. So I'm going to bend the 9 in that double stop up and back, but I'm going to do a pull off when I bring it back. So you notice I'm hitting it at the top of the bend. We're hearing it go back to its rest position, and then I'm going to pull off to the 7 double stop. Okay, at the end of that, back to the 9 double stop on the 2nd and the 3rd string, and then I'm going to play 9 of the 4th, so it'll go. At the end of that, I just had a little hammer-on pull-off on the 3rd string by itself, going 7, 9, 7, so it'll go. And that's pretty much the whole section. So let's try and do it relatively slowly, and then we'll do it again even slower with some tabs. One more time with some tabs. Alright guys, let's have a look at the second section. This is where things start to get a little bit more fiddly. I'm going to start off on the 6th fret of the 3rd string. I'm going to play 6, 7 twice. And then after that, I'm going to do a hammer-on pull-off, going 6, 7, 6, like this. At the end of that, I'm going to play 9 of the 4th, 6 of the 3rd, and then back to 9 of the 4th. So all together, we're going to have this. Hopefully that's making sense. Then I work into this phrase. Play that again. Let's slow that down. I'm going to play 6 of the 3rd string, and then 9 of the 4th 3 times, and then I'm going to pull off to 7. So it's going to go like this. And that phrase is going to resolve to 9 of the 5th string. So all together, At the end of that, I've got a hammer on and a pull off, going 7, 9, 7 on the 4th string, and then jumping to 9 of the 5th again. So let's try this little chunk thus far. At the end of that, cheeky triplet there, I'm playing 7 of the 4th string, and then 9, 8 on the 5th. So we got... Let's have a look at what we've got thus far, and then we'll add the last piece. So we got... Okay, then we work into this phrase. Let's slow that down. I'm going to hit 8 again on the 5th string. Then after that, I'm doing a hammer on and a pull off, going 7, 8, 7. And then I want to jump to 5. Now at this point, I'm going to go... Let's slow that down. I'm going to play 5, a quick bend on 7, then back to 5. And then I jump to 7 of the 6th string twice. So we're going to go... At the end of that, I've got a slight bend, not too important, on 5 of the 5th string, and then I'm going to play 7 of the 6th twice, and it's going to sound like this. So let's go from when we had that little hammer-on pull-off from 7 and 8. We'll get to the end of the section, and then we'll try the whole thing. All right, let's go right back to the start of the section. We'll do what we've got, the whole thing thus far, and then we'll do it again even slower with some tabs. One more time with some tabs. All right, guys, let's have a look at the third section. I'm going to start off with 2 bends from 10 of the 2nd string. Then I work into this phrase. So it's nearly the same thing twice, just the first chunk of this has a small economy pick at the start. I just find it's easier than doing an alternate or a hybrid. So I'm going to go from 10 of the 2nd to 7 of the 1st. And then I'm going to do a pull off from 10 to 7 on the 2nd string. And then play 10 of the 1st string. So it'll go... So all together. Okay, the next phrase I do is very similar. We just don't have the economy pick at the start. So I'm playing 7 of the 1st, the quick pull off from 10 to 7 on the 2nd. And then I'm jumping to 10 of the 1st string. So this is what we should have so far. At the end of that, I'm pretty sure I've seen something like this in either Paradise City or Sweet Child of Mine. So it's a very slashy thing to do. So we've got, at the end of that, let's go through that phrase slowly. I'm starting from 9 of the 1st string, and I'm rolling through that all in one pick. So I want to go 9, 10, 9, and then back to 7, all in one pick. Then I'm going to play 10 of the 2nd, 9 of the 1st, back to 10 of the 2nd. So it's going to go like this. Let's put together what we've got thus far of the section, and then we'll work on the second half. Okay, then I work into this phrase. So what I'm doing here is a hammer-on pull-off, going 7, 9, 7 on the 1st string, jumping to 10 of the 2nd, and then back to 7 of the 1st. So it goes... Okay, hopefully that makes sense. Now I've got... So what I've got here is a slight bend on 9 of the 2nd string, then I'm playing 7, and then pulling off from 10 to 7. That's going to sound like this. So I'll put the other chunk before it. Okay, then after that, you'll notice that I'm sliding into 10 of the 2nd string with my pointer finger. The reason why I do that is if I go, try and do that 10 and then jump to 12, it's going to completely screw me up. So if I use that pointer, that's going to really help out with the position shift. So we're going to have something like this. At the end of that, I've got a slight bend on 12 of the 1st string. I go up and back and pull off to 10. And then I'm going to do a pull off from 12 to 10 on the 2nd. So it'll go... Okay, after that I slide into 14 of the 1st string. It's a very similar idea there, I just don't add the bend. So I'm going to slide into 14, pull off to 12, and then do a 14, 12 pull off on the 2nd string. So we've got... At the end of that, very similar phrasing here. I'm sliding into 17 of the 2nd, pulling off to 14, and then I do a pull off from 17 to 14 on the 2nd string as well. At the end of that, we're going to hit that 17, and that's going to kind of tie into the start of section 4. So we're going to use that note again later. But that's pretty much all of this section. So let's take it from the start. One more time with some tabs. All right, so let's have a look at section 4. We want to keep that 17 from the section before. So keep in mind we had... So we're going to start this section with that 17 from the previous section. And we're going to do a similar phrase to what we had at the start of section 3. So I'm going to play that 17 on the second string. And then I'm going to do 14 of the first, a quick pull off from 17 to 14 on the second string. And then I'm going to play 17 of the first string. So we've got... I'm going to do a very similar phrase, but I'm going to end on 17 of the second. So it'll go... So let's have a look at what we've got thus far from the start of the section. Okay, I'm going to do the first little phrase again that ends on 17 of the first string, but I'm going to have a couple more notes to it. So after I hit that 17 on the first string, I'm going to quickly jump to 14 of the second and then back down to the 17. So this is what we should have thus far now. We should have the opening note and 3 little shreds. At the end of that, I'm going to quickly jump back to 14 of the first string and then pull off that 17 to 14 on the second. So all together, at the end of that, we're going to have 3 bends. Actually, I'm going to have 2 bends, but I'm going to hit the second one at the top. So I'm doing a full tone from 17 of the first string. I'm going to go up twice, and then at the top of the second one, I'm just going to hit it at the top. And after that, when I bring it down, I'm also going to hit the B string. So if you're bending far enough, you can catch the B string on the way down. At the end of that, I play 15, and then I want to play 16 to 14 on the third string. So this is going to kind of work down the pentatonic. So we're going to go from here now. We'll take it slowly. At the end of that, I'm doing a grace note slide from 16 to 14 on the 4th string. And then I'm going to go 12, 14, 12. And then resolve that on 14 to the 5th. That's the whole solo. So let's go from the bendy bit, and then we'll take it right back to the start of the section. All right, let's take it from the start of the section from the 17 on the second string. One more time with some tabs. And that was the solo to You Could Be Mine by Guns N' Roses. Hope you guys have enjoyed that. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already done so. And check the links in the description box to my Facebook group and my Patreon. Take care, guys.